Well, this is my third attempt now. This is good afternoon. This is Ty Best. This is my third attempt at doing a little brief live stream on the Thursday afternoon. Boy, wow. I don't want to go into a conspiracy, brother, on you. I'm not going to get paranoid on you, but I'm going to tell you this is my third attempt, and I'm going to have to go to my desk and do it from there. But I want to tell you guys something, man. I'm excited. And that's why I said I need to do this little live video, because I've been doing three ways all afternoon as I'm driving them down the street and highway talking to folks. And man, it's been crazy what's going on today. And so, hey, Craig Parker, thank you for joining us back in here, man. Let's see if Facebook will let me complete this live stream. This is it's 2 times in a row now. It's just stopped for some reason. I have no idea why. But maybe we'll get through it this time. If not, I'm going to have to go to my desk and see can I complete it from my desk, because I'm excited about what's going on right now in the world of GS Partners and in the world of Wealth Builders Worldwide. And so I wanted to do this talk. I call it the 4 blessings, the 4 blessings, the 4 blessings. And so I want to give folks a little chance to join us. I know, I see Sherry Brown has joined us as well, Mr. Renee Gant and Shirley Galt and some of the folks, and Mr. Greg Parker has joined us. And Greg, I mean, seriously, man, call me. I'm going to call you, because you deserve this, brother. You deserve this. Vincent Muhammad, assalamu alaikum. I mean, it's incredible things. And Miss Sheila Galt, of course, in the house. And so let me go ahead and start this thing right now as to what I wanted to share with you. I call it the 4 blessings. The 4 blessings. I want to help us get a posture about this tremendous multi-million-dollar business that we have our hands on. First thing, for those who you might send out to some guests. So I know some of you, most of you who are plugging in, you already linked with me on Facebook, so you know my background, but I'd like to share it anyway with those who don't know. I'm 66 years young. I was married for 42 years. My wife and I together 47 years before she passed away in February. We both met at Hampton University in 1973. We started going out in 1974. We're married for 42 years, have 2 sons, one Alexander Best, 36, and Gabriel Vernon Best, who's 21. Okay. And I'm sharing our background. So we did all the things society told us to do. We went and got the education. My wife and I both were graduated by Hampton University in 1977. We both spent time in corporate America. She lasted 8 years. I lasted 18. Okay. But I was fortunate. That's the first blessing. And this is blessing number 1. At 28 years old, someone invited me into this world of referral marketing. And I call it a blessing because it was, in my mind, it was an absolute blessing. I didn't know it was a blessing at the time, but that was blessing number 1. So if you're listening to this program and you've been invited to the world of networking or referral-based marketing at some time in your past, that was blessing number 1 in your life, and you accepted. That was blessing number 1. And if you now already involved in GS Partners, that's blessing number 1, is to have an invitation. Because the only way to join us is by invitation. And I need to ask you to forget what you think you know. Okay, forget what you think you know. Forget what you think you know about referral marketing. Forget what you think you know about network marketing. Because GS Partners is so much bigger than a network marketing company or concept. We're something completely new. We've yet to define what we are. Networking is a component. Here's the only component that's similar to other networking companies. The only way to get involved is someone has to invite you in. So we out there thinking we selling people in our concept. That's the wrong posture. Okay, I don't sell people on joining me in business. I invite them in, and they may not qualify. And I feel like when I invite them in, it's a blessing to invite them in, because it's going to take time and effort and energy on my part to help get them started. So it's an invitation. And if you've been around this industry for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it's a blessing for people to get it started with you, because you're bringing experience to the table to help them get started. So that's blessing number 1, is the invitation. If someone invited you to take a serious look at GS Partners, that is a blessing. Now, you don't see it as such. You think they're trying to sell you so they can get your $300. I want to get that out the way right away. It's a $300 decision. It's around about a $300. It's a little less than $300, but it's a $300 decision. And that $300 decision puts you in a position to make over $300,000 from home in the next 12 months. What's there to discuss? What do you need to know? Maybe you need to know, is it legal, ethical, and moral? Where's all that? So in 1983, a guy asked me a simple question too. He invited me in. He asked me one simple question. Do I know anyone who'd like to make an extra $1,500 a month? And I was sharp enough to say, yes, me. And I asked him a goofy question. I asked him, what is this? And I threw out the name of this corporation, which the committee of they didn't like. I'm not even going to name the company. The committee of they said, if they ever stop you and offer you an opportunity, they talk about that thing that you don't want. They talk about that soap thing you don't want to do. They talk about that pyramid thing you don't want to do. And when I threw the name out there, he says, does it matter? Now I started thinking about that $1,500. Now it was not that I needed the $1,500. I was 28 years old, gainfully employed. My wife was 20 years old, 27 years old. She's younger than I am, gainfully employed. We had our own home, a pool in the backyard, 4 cars in the driveway, a Grand Marquis, 2 Lincolns, and a brand new Ford Mustang in the driveway. Okay? Look good, smell good, but not necessarily on my way to wealth, but I was doing okay. And when I asked that question, man, he had the posture. He looked me straight in the face and said, does it matter? And I replied, it sure don't. I don't know why I asked that question. You know what he said? He said, the question you should ask, is it legal, ethical, moral, and is all that? So blessing number 1 was somebody stopped me and offered me at 20 years old an opportunity. Okay? And I had enough intelligence and common sense to say yes. Blessing number 2, I had the vision to get involved. I had enough vision and foresight about the future to get involved. It was not genius. It was not like I had ambition. I didn't like where I was. I knew I could be fired anytime. I knew I had to be fired, and the car gone, the pool gone, the 4 cars in the drive gone, the house gone, all that stuff be gone. I'd be around looking for a job, and I did not want to spend the rest of my life looking for jobs every 5-10 years when the boss got sick of looking at my face. I did not like walking around asking other men for jobs to gainfully employ me, or asking other men for a raise, or sitting around year after year after year waiting for another man or woman to evaluate my worth in the marketplace and give me a raise. That was me. So I knew what I didn't like, and I had some kind of vision, but I didn't. Okay, I was fired up. Okay, it said it reconnected. All right, then cut us off. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I said, man, no, I got this. Okay, I had the vision, and all that guy did was me. He said one thing, and I'm talking, now this is for young folks. Because, see, we got some 50, 60 million baby boomers. We done already put in 35, 40 years. But I was blessed. This was my vision. At 20 years old, when the guy said to me, he said, look, you don't have to believe anything I'm saying. You really don't. You don't have to get excited what I'm saying. And the guy who was saying this on stage, he was 32 years old. He was retired. His wife was retired. He had 2 Cadillacs in the driveway, brand new baby, and both of them were free, sleeping to the crack of noon. Okay? That gave me the dream. But this is what he said that really got my attention. He said, 95% of the population, after working 30 to 40 years, will be dead or broke. He said, now I know, if you don't believe that, it's not that deep. Just look into the future. Look at all the people you know, uncles, aunts, cousins, teachers, professors. Look at what they're doing and ask yourself a simple question. Do you want to be where they are 35, 40 years from now? Vision. And I was sharp enough, and I thought about my mother. She was still working. Now, I was young. I'm young and stupid. My mother was only 45 years old. Now, of course, at 20 years old, I thought that was old. Now I'm 66. I realized my mother was still a young woman. I looked at my dad. He was still working. No end in sight at the end of the tunnel, though. I looked at all the professors who taught me in college. They were still working. I looked at every single person I knew. Because, number one, I did not know one multi-millionaire. I did not know any millionaires. I didn't know anybody who was free except a couple on stage. I never met anybody who was free except a couple on stage. And I started thinking about all the folks I met the first 20 years of my life, other than those Ford dealers that I called on. Okay? And all those folks who had traditional jobs, they were still working. The guys I worked for at D Ford Motor Company, I said, I don't want his job in 30 years from now. I don't want his job and her job. I said, oh my God. He said, that's how simple this is. Watch what the masses do and do the opposite. If you see them going left, you better go right. If you see them go right, you better go left. If you see them watching TV every weekend, watching football on the weekend, basketball on the weekend, and being entertained, don't you follow that crowd and be entertained for the rest of your life, or you're going to be where they are. Don't you accept that job until you get fired for the rest of your life, or you're going to be where they are at age 55 or 60. So you know what? He said, I suggest you take the road less traveled. And this message is for young folk, 19 to 30, under 40 years old. Just ask you, none deep. And that's all I did. And I said, what I got to do? He says $135 decision. That was 1983. This is a $300 decision, folks. One time out of pocket, I said, man, sign me up. I'm the CEO of my own company. I'm in. I didn't understand the journey. I didn't understand the road less traveled, the bumps I was going to hit. I didn't understand any of that. Okay? But I thank God. That was the second blessing. I had the vision, and I was willing to take the risk and take that journey. Because I saw where the other road was taken, and I would not want that road. And at 32 years old, my wife retired. And at 40 years old, I retired. And my son, 36 years old, never got shot. The man has never filled out an application for anybody's job. He's never flipped a hamburger, pumped a gas station, cleaned up, nothing. He's worked, though. He's worked in the company business, in the family business. My 21-year-old didn't know what a job was until he turned 15 years old. That's not a boast. That's because I was given an invitation like you are now. I had some little bit of vision, and I took that little $135 risk. And since that time, I looked up at 40 years old, I was retired. And I made millions of dollars since that time. It's not a boast. Please don't hear that. What I call this, the four blessings. Blessing number one was somebody invited me into the world. Blessed to the world of networking. Blessing number two, I had a little vision to look into the future and say, that's not what I wanted. I was not comfortable. I did not accept the comfort of that job, that status, and why I look good, smell good, work for D Ford Motor Company, or I was national training manager for Toyota Motor Sales. I had a business card, and it's status associated with it. I understand that, man. I'm riding around in free Lexuses and free Toyotas and free Supras, and man, I look good, smell good. I look successful by every status symbol in America. I was successful, except I knew deep down inside what the reality was. And the reality was that anybody can walk in there and fire you from that position you have, you are not successful. And by the way, and if you at this level and you look this way, you say I'm successful. But when you look that way, you realize how much more you got to go. And if you heard me tell the story years ago, my nephew came and said, Uncle Tyrone, people in the family say you're rich. I said, compared to you, I'm rich. So I looked that way, I was rich. But I looked that way at Oprah, I said, man, I'm flat broke. It's all relative. So I'm not hyped up on me. I'm not impressed by me at all. Anyone want to get to know me, they'll know I'm not impressed. That's why I say to God be the glory time. Why? Because it's a blessing to get the invitation. It's a blessing to have the vision. And then the third blessing for me was my sponsor was serious. And I was put in an organization that knew what they were doing. I wasn't sponsored by some nickel-dime people who didn't know what they were doing. I was sponsored by an organization that had millionaire on top of millionaire on top of millionaire who understood how to put the business together, how to make it work long-term. And I said, oh, my God. Now, I didn't know that at that time in 1983. I had learned that over years what a blessing it was to be birthed into the organization, this industry I was birthed into. And it's been proven to be the most successful, one of the most successful organizations ever. What am I saying to you? If somebody in Wealth Builders Worldwide, with this hundreds of years of experience and all the success is behind us right now already, because we've moved literally millions and millions and millions of dollars of product already. We know what we're doing. We're not experiencing. If somebody in Wealth Builders Worldwide have invited you into this world, that's blessing number 3. Nobody's trying to sell you. That's a blessing. That's blessing number 3. Okay? So you got the 2 to 3 top blessings. You have an invitation. Okay? The vision, you got to have that yourself. And then the third thing is a system. Our system works. All you got to do is plug into it. You don't have to learn it. You don't have to understand it. But if you'll plug into it and promote it day in and day out, you're going to succeed. It's just numbers. And then the fourth blessing. Now that's an internal one. That's one you got to dig deep and find that one for yourself. And know the fourth one is? Pray to God you're not lazy. Pray to God you're not lazy and you're willing to commit. I had a conversation this morning with Brother Eric Terrell again. And we talk about all the folks that come into the business with all the potential in the world. All the potential in the world. See, this is the only business I've ever been in where you can become a millionaire and never recruit a single soul. However, if you recruit and invite other people into the business, it will happen that much faster. Now what? You're going to start earning more income to what? To exchange for our assets that we happen to make available in our system. Now, but if you're lazy, if you got status, if you think you're too good for this kind of concept, all those things are in your way, then they hurt you. But if you're not, if you have a desire, if you have an intense desire to succeed, if you've been looking for something, you've been wanting something, if you're hungry, then you got the fourth blessing. You ready to go. And we got the vehicle. There's no doubt in my mind we're going to create more millionaires in the next 12 to 18 months than probably any organization in the history of this country in the last 100 years. That's where you are. Do you believe that? You don't have to believe it. But all you do is plug in and promote. Okay? In 8 months, we've done millions of dollars of business. The company has paid out millions of dollars commission. Our organization alone, not the whole company, our organization alone, okay, has done over 20-some million dollars of business. We paid out, that means over 10 million has been paid out in commissions back to the field. And wait a minute, and then the company, in the first 5 years, in the first 8 months, the company has the audacity or generosity to award one of the top performers $1 million to buy $1 million villa anywhere, to build a $1 million villa home anywhere in the world. The number 2 producer, $400,000. The number 325, $200,000 to buy their dream car. $200,000 to buy their dream car. I'm not talking about it's coming. I'm talking about they got it in June. The last company I was in, I love that company. Made a ton of money in that company. Okay? But this company gave those awards out in 7 months, not 3, 4, 5 years, in 7 months, 6, 7 months. We started in December 1. By June, everybody had that stuff in their hands. I don't know, no one's done that, folks. I've been around for 38 years. No company has done what we've done. Period. And then in September, we're going to announce our second legacy incentive contest. You don't want to wait till then. You want to get started right now. You want to start running right. The company give out $3.5 million of rewards and awards for performance all over the world. I got $50,000 in Bitcoin, just boom, dropped in my account just like that. Because I was number 6. I'm almost embarrassed to say it. I was number 6. Out of 100,000 people, I was number 6. Okay? And you don't even want to know how much money I made being number 6. 4 blessings. If you're listening to this and somebody passed it on to you, forwarded to you, or you are seeing this and you haven't got started, that's blessing number 1. You got the invitation. You now know about GS Partners. You now know about our G999 coin. You know about Bitcoin? You know what Bitcoin did? It went from 0 to $64,000. It capped out at $64,000. Now it's around $44,000, $45,000 a coin. We got our G999 coin. What's that coin now? It's under a penny. Do you have some vision? Can you see where the coin's going? Well, you know where the coin's going. That's why many of us got sitting on millions of coins. Why? Because we believe 1% in Joseph Haidt, Alexander Kuchendahl, and where the coin is going. Do you believe? We got the vision. We got the invitation. I got the invitation December 1. I stepped out on faith, got it. Okay? Hey, December 1. December 1, we launched. In the month of December. For you networkers who are listening, hear me out. Who launches a company in the month of December? Because we know for a fact everybody's thinking about Christmas, buying gifts. They're not thinking about networking. There's not thinking about making money. The average person about spending money. And and that's what I told the council. I said, you don't want to, if we're not going to start in November, we just going to wait till January, man. Thank God they didn't listen to my 38 years of experience. See, sometimes you think you know, you don't know. They said, we're going to pay everybody in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I said, oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills in Bitcoin and Ethereum? Well, I ain't really got no bills. But well, I'm going to get my money. Because I've been fiat currency conditioned. I like that green stuff. I want that green stuff, man. Where's that stuff at? I got some of that stuff in my pocket right now. I don't know. I got $400. I keep $400 stuff in my pocket all the time. There it is. I got a bunch of stuff. It don't do nothing. It buys fast food stuff and stuff like that. I keep it around. It don't appreciate. Don't go up in value. I said, okay, whatever. I said, let's do this, Mr. Delco. Let's do it. It sounds good. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Launched that thing December 1. Boom, out the chute. Bitcoin was $18,000 a coin. Bitcoin shot to over 30,000 a month in December. I made over 100,000. I don't like to tell this on Facebook Live, but sometimes I just got to tell you guys with dealers. That don't mean you can do it. Made over $100,000 the first month because of the rise in Bitcoin, and because I was willing to do the work, and because I had 30 years of experience. I didn't have a learning curve. I didn't tiptoe into it. I dived in the pool. Dr. Miles Monroe said, God wants you to jump out there on faith and open the parachute on the way down. Wait, you may not have a parachute. Jump out there on faith, then determine if you got a parachute. And see if the parachute gonna wait. But as Steve Harvey says, your parachute not gonna open while you stand on the side of the mountain. That's another seminar. Not just me, we had so many people on our team make $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40,000 in the month of December, the first month, Christmas time. Man, we was off to the races. And then we launched in June. That was pre-launch money. This is the best kept business secret in the world. I have a multi-million-dollar business I run with a smartphone. All you need here is a smartphone and a dream. We did this in spite of COVID, in spite of no meetings, in spite of no get-togethers, no conventions, no Let's Go weekends, and the organization, the company's grown to over 130,000 people. You want to think about this thing? 4 blessings. 1, the invitation. 2, the vision. You got to have that. 3, Wealth Builders Worldwide. Incredible support system. 24 days, 7 days a week worldwide. We do business in 150 countries. Number 4, that's you. Okay, you got to be willing to go to work. That's a blessing. If you're not lazy, that's a blessing. If you don't care what other people think, that's a blessing. If you overcome status about networking, referral, marketing, if you beyond seeing, just because you don't see a building with your name on it, just because this is invisible, if you beyond all that, then you've been blessed already. If you love helping people, you've been blessed already. If you love people, you blessed already. You're going to prosper in this thing beyond your wildest imagination. So I encourage you all my heart and soul, man. Get back with the person who shared this thing with you. I want to ask you one last thing. Forget about your past. Okay? I posted something on Facebook. I don't like to tell too much about my personal life, but I tell it because I'm trying to help you see. So I posted a house that network marketing built from the ground up. From the ground up, 7,500 square foot home. Okay? 6 bedrooms, 6.5 bathrooms, 3 floors. Okay, private community. I posted, I said it took 20 years to earn this. Some of you going to earn this and so much more in the next 12 to 18 months. Dream bigger and believe it's possible. God bless you, folks. Get back with the person who shared this with you, man, and get started. Stop hesitating. Don't procrastinate. Do it now. God bless, dream big, and don't let anyone steal your dream. Ahoo!